during Black Women's Renaissance Month. I'm done. I too was a victim. I too was swindled. Y'all, I am literally coming home. It is Tuesday night. It is about 10:30. No, Monday night. What's today? Monday, 10:30, and I'm just coming home from dinner. And I was at dinner having a conversation about my LA Swindler video. And as I was having a conversation, the person I was having a conversation with, we both realized that we were also swindled. It was a scheme that Todd set up to come to us with the bullshit during Black Women's Renaissance Month. I'm done. Y'all, grab a pen and paper. Please. Grab a notebook, pen and paper, get your notepad out, put your headphones on, and focus. Because I'm about to tell y'all how I got swindled. And I'm letting y'all know right now, this type of swindlerization is something that happens a lot in LA and in the entertainment space. You ready? Let's go. So, let me take you guys back to 2020. Remember in my Swindler video, I said I had met this person a minute ago, and I think I mentioned it was in 2020. And at the time, you know, pandemic is in our ass. Pandemic na mudado. And it was November 2020, and I was looking to pivot in my career, and I was like, you know, I really, really want to start focus on acting for real, for real. I had never really gave it a real effort. And at the time, I had met someone who was managing a family member of mine. And that family member was doing really, really good, really well. So he and I had met. It was great. Had a lot of conversations, very instrumental conversations. He actually was able to help me in a previous situation. He helped me to get out of that situation, which was great. So I garnered a certain level of trust for him as far as management was concerned. Now, my family member at the time was very, very busy filming a TV show. So communication was kind of scarce, and, you know, I knew my way around a lot of different things. I had a lawyer, so, you know, I felt like I was good enough to just communicate with this person on my own. And a lot of times too, when it comes to business, even if I'm introduced to a certain entity or a person through a family or friend, like once I'm about to do business with that person or entity, I get my lawyers involved. I don't really like to involve like the friend or the family member that introduced me to that person, if that makes sense. So this manager was like, hey, since you want to take acting seriously, I'm actually going to have an actors weekend in LA. And what the actors weekend is going to consist of is I'm going to set up a space for you and a lot of other potential clients or new clients that I have to come take your headshots, film your reels together using each other. I'm gonna have some agents come out and speak to you guys and either get you advice or try to get you signed to their agencies. You know, we'll be there from Friday to Sunday. We're gonna have food, you know, like you'll have a room to be in or whatever the case may be. And, you know, it's gonna be all about acting. So I was like, all right, cool, shit. I ain't have no reel. I needed one. Like, that's like when you an actress, trying to be an actress, I need a reel. I had a lot of real footage of me hosting like the Black Girls Rock, you know, gold carpet special for BET, or, you know, BET Breaks or Dish Nation, but I didn't have anything. I had a lot of like hosting reels or red carpet reels. I didn't have any acting. So I was like, yeah, definitely. I definitely want to do that. So he says to me, okay, so it's going to be $15,000. I said, excuse me? It's going to be $15,000 for your reel, your headshots. And I was like, yeah, no. He's like, but, and I was like, no. Headshots are like $150 to $300, $600 if you want to be really fancy. No. And a reel, like, I could literally just get one filmed on my own for like $300 to $500. No. He's like, but I'm going to have like agents come out. And I was like, listen, I'm not paying $15,000. So, okay, $10,000. No. 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 Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And so he came to me finally. He was like, okay, how much are you willing to pay? I said, I calculated my flight. So, okay, we're going to be in this Airbnb. You're going to be providing food, you know, okay, my reel, my, you know, headshots. I said, you know what? I'm going to factor in your labor for doing all this. I'll give you $2,000. He said, bet. He was like, the only thing I ask of you, Jess, is not to tell anybody else there what you paid. And at the time, I was like, I thought that was a little interesting, but I was like, I didn't care because I didn't know anybody else. I didn't know any of his other clients. My cousin, my family member wasn't going to be there. So I didn't care about nobody else. So, and I didn't know what his dealings were with anybody else. So I didn't care. So I get there and I'm thinking, you know, it's the first day. I go in the house and there's all these people. It's a big old house. I'm thinking I'm about to go drop off my luggage into my room. But I walk in and it's all these cameras like filming. And there's a guy on stage. There's like not a stage, but it's like a speaking area. He's like, there's a board where he's writing and he's talking about being a comma. You're not just an actress. You are a comma. You are not just a podcaster. You are a comma. You're not just a pastor. You are a comma. You're not just a line. You're not out here just scrubbing toilets. You are a comma. And it's just, I was like, okay. First of all, who the fuck is this fine ass nigga speaking? Who is this fine ass nigga speaking? He is fine as hell. But second of all, what the hell is he talking about? Because I did not sign up for no commas. Okay, I signed up to learn how to act. And by the way, I just want to stress something out to y'all that God was being thrown around a lot. Like God this, God that. The guy who was potentially going to be my manager, who was also the uncle of the speaker, he was a pastor too in his previous life. So there was a lot of God this, God that, God's going to do this. I see God doing that for you. If you take this path in acting, then God's going to do this. So God was being thrown around a lot even as we were there for the Actors Weekend. You know, I love the Lord. I love God. Do you love God? What's wrong with you? I love the Lord. I love the Lord. But yeah, I signed up for acting. Where the acting at? Are we gonna be acting? I was here to act, okay? So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I'm gonna put my shit down and I come back into the area where everybody's talking at, and he calls me out. He's like Jessie, right? Don't you got a hair business? And I'm like, now mind you, I had just barely started selling wigs and stuff. It was the panoramic. A bitch was trying to make some extra coin. You know, I didn't know if the world was going in or not. Y'all always love my wigs and shit. So I was like, I'm gonna sell the sister some wigs. Like, you know, I wasn't really taking it that serious. I think I had mentioned it to my potential manager, who so happened to be the speaker's uncle. But I wasn't talking about it as something that I wanted to grow. So he's like, yeah, like your hair business, you should do this, that, or third, like, and make it into you are a comma. And I'm like I'm just turned off. Cause I'm just like, I did not sign up for this shit. So I kind of just give him and everybody in there the cold shoulder. And as soon as he stopped giving his comma speech, I was like, okay, I took my shit and I went into my room. And I remember texting my family member, what the fuck is this? But again, he was away filming a show, so he couldn't get back to me. So then I text my homeboy, the same homeboy who called the Swindler's building. I told him what was happening. He was like, I bet I'm gonna be there first thing tomorrow. So now it was the next day. Mind you, I did not really speak to anybody there. that first night. I just was turned off. Next day, it's a panel. Now it's like the comma conference, and now it's like a panel. And there is this guy talking about being a comma again. And also now I recognize an actor whose name is Lawrence. He does a lot of like Tyler Perry stuff at the time. He does great work. Lawrence was great. He was on the panel telling us about his experience as an actor, auditioning. I was like, okay, great. Finally, somebody in here who talking about acting. Cause I came here for the acting. So he talking about acting. So I was enjoying it. Then you had a couple agents that I didn't really verify, but then there was an acting coach there named Carnetta, really great acting coach. I've actually worked with her several times on coaching me through some things. She went on to coach me for my reel in that weekend as well. Very great. And it's like, okay, so there are these agents talking about the auditioning process, how you get an agent. And you have Carnetta, like, breaking down how to break down a character. Like, finally, then you got Lawrence talking about how he breaks down his auditioning, what his experience has been. He was talking about working with Tyler Perry and how Tyler Perry's work ethic has prepared him for, to just keep going. But then you had this guy who just kept talking about God and being a comma and all this stuff. And I just was like, okay. So I kind of just drowned him out, and I was focusing on that. And so after that, after that panel, my homeboy came to pick me up. I was like, yeah, come get me, because I don't know what the fuck going on. I told him I liked the actual panel minus the whole comma thing. I didn't understand, because I didn't sign up for that. So I'm telling my homeboy, and it's so funny because just the other day, he reminded me, he was like, Jess, even back then, you had a feeling. But the thing with you, because you didn't have anything concrete, you were giving this person the benefit of the doubt. But anyway, so we're talking about it. I'm like, yeah, this is fucking weird. But anyway, tomorrow we're supposed to finally do our reels and stuff, and I can't wait to do that so I can go back home. So finally, third day comes around, and we finally get to do our reels. And it was interesting because the same dude that was giving the comma speech was also doing the reels. So I'm like, oh, okay, so he's a pastor, encouraging message giver / actor. He a comma. So, but the reels came out great. Everything was great. I felt like that the last day was great. So pack up my things, go back to Atlanta. Probably like a couple weeks after I came back to Atlanta, and the last day that I was there, I think I finally kind of started opening up to people. I just was really annoyed because, again, I just felt like it was a lot going on that I didn't sign up for. Because even like, yeah, I got bits and pieces of acting, but then also it was a lot of like like the comma thing was focused on being an entrepreneurial. What's that? Preneur entre. And I didn't sign up for that. I didn't care. I didn't come here to speak about that. So I just kind of was annoyed by that. But anywho, after I kind of put that to the side, I was like, okay, I started talking to people, getting to know them the last day. And so there was one guy who was there. He reached out to me on Instagram. We were following each other. He reached out to me on Instagram, and he was like, hey, Jess, I'm going to be in Atlanta in a couple days. I need to talk to you about something. Can we meet up in person? I was like, sure. So he comes to Atlanta, and my family member was so happened to be over here. And I was like, yo, why don't you come over? We're over here like eating, whatever, like just pass by. So he comes, and he's like so heavy-hearted. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And he was like, Jess, I want to ask you a question, but I really want you to be honest with me. And I was like, what? And he was like, how much money did you spend for the Actors Weekend? And I was like, why? And he said to me, just tell me. And he's like, please don't lie to me. And I was like, I paid $2,000. This man put his head in his hands. And I was like, I remember looking up, and we're both looking at each other and we're watching him. And he's like, I paid $8,000. It was either $7,500 or $8,000. And I was like, what? For what? And he was like, that ain't even point. He was like, get this. I didn't even get to do my headshots or my reel. And I was like, so what's the explanation? They gonna put that money towards a business venture or something like that. He just gave me this weird explanation. So I'm trying to hold it together while he's there. He leaves. And then I tell my family member at the time, I'm like, yo, this sounds like a scheme that Todd set up to come to us with the bullshit, bruh. Like, this sounds like a scheme, a scam. But we didn't know the ins and outs of it. So all I had was like speculation. And at the time too, I was like, I don't know, bruh. When I looked back at it, I'm like, yo, this clearly was something that the manager and his nephew, who is the comma guy, put together to basically lure these people to this location to pay all this money, but while simultaneously using my family member's name to do it. Oh, he's doing this and a third. He's on here, he's on that, he's doing this, he's doing that. Wanna be here? Come to this actor's weekend. Come to this actor's weekend. But we didn't have, all I had was my speculation. So I let it go, and you know, I think me and the guy spoke a couple times, the Swindler, and you know, after that we just lost communication. Why am I bringing this back up now? When I dropped my LA Swindler video, y'all, I've got I've gotten so many DMs. And not just DMs like people telling me I too have, or I too. I've gotten pictures, videos, voice memos that are so outrageous that honestly, y'all, this is a documentary. Like, it's really crazy, right? But there was one girl that sent me a screenshot. And I guess she figured that she and I were dating the alleged swindler at the same time. And how she figured that was she saw something in my Insta story one night, and literally it was me watching a la carte at the swindler's house. And so she hits him up. She's like, yo, is Jessie Woo at your house right now? Like, I follow her on Instagram. And he was like, oh yeah. You know, she's friends with my daughter. Y'all, I have never met this man's daughter, okay? She's friends with my daughter. She's like family. And so I tell the girl, I'm like, girl, I do not know this man's daughter. I'm not like family. She's like, well, I'll send you a voice note. This man said that you, him, and your cousin are from the same actors group, and that you were at his house receiving acting coaching for a la carte.
Wow. Wow.
I said, excuse me? She said, yeah. He even sent me a video of you guys. He said that this is a reel that you guys videotaped together. He said he's your acting coach. Y'all, trust me when when I got this voice note, when I tell you my stomach started bubbling up, like my stomach, y'all ever had the shit real bad, but you couldn't? Like, that was the feeling in my stomach. I had to shit really bad, but I could not. I could not. You know why? Because I ain't full of shit like this nigga is. Okay? Some people are full of shit. I ain't. Okay? I could not believe when she sent me this. And so now, remember, when I did the LA Swindler, all I had was a hunch. I had no idea stuff like this was being said about me. That this person was my acting coach, that I was their like family, that I knew their daughter.
Again, I just want to stress that I have never met this man's daughter. And when we're talking about this person's daughter, we're talking about a 26-year-old. This man is 38. His daughter's 26. He adopted her when she was about to turn 20. You know, baby, you ain't got to allow it to kick it. You ain't got to allow me to kick it with your, with your shorties. You know what I'm saying? If you got shorties out here asking you about me, be a real nigga and be like, hey, don't be asking me about no other hoes. Worry about your position in my life. A nigga hungry, send me some money. You know what I'm saying? Just keep up the skin. You ain't had to name my name, baby. You ain't had to say my name. You ain't had to lie on my name, and tell your shorties that you was my acting coach and that we was in the same acting group. What is going on? What in the monkeypox? And with all seriousness, like, lying on your daughter, that's pretty low. Like, it's like, I knew something was weird here, but that's like beyond low. Because again, I have never met this man's daughter. Ever. Also, I wasn't even going to share this, but the young lady that connected with me and she sent me all these screenshots and stuff, she told me that she put 2 and 2 together, that I went to dinner with this man, right? But he was lying to her. He was telling her, no. She came over, she was hanging out with my daughter. And then when they came back from being out, that's when she came back home. She came back to the house and I was giving her notes on her performance on a la carte. Mind you, this nigga ain't never booked not one TV show, not one movie, not one commercial, not one Instagram ad, nothing, okay? But she said to him, but I saw in Jessie's stories that she was on the beach. He was like, shoot, I don't know. Maybe her and my daughter went to the beach. I don't know what they did, right? So she asked me, did y'all go out that night? And I said, yes, we did. We went to dinner, Malibu Beach. He took me out there. We ate at a really nice restaurant. He paid for everything. So she said, see, and my instincts told me that this man has spent money on you, but then turned around and asked me for the money. But it's like he was so convincing. So she said she told him, this is what she told him. I really want y'all to pay attention to this, because there has to be a bigger conversation. And maybe I want to do a video about this later on down the line. But she said she told him, well, damn, so Jessie was at your house. She saw that you were hungry and she didn't buy you food. Why are you still talking to her? Somebody like that, you need to kick out of your life. She said that. She said that to this man. And, you know, when she said it to me, I kind of just pondered on that. See, because I was going to say it in the video, but I was like, no, I'm not going to share that. But then as I'm editing this, it came back to me again. I pondered on that. And I'm like, why would she tell that man that she knows spent money on me and then turned around and asked her to re-up the money he spent on me? Why would she tell that man to get rid of me? Because I wouldn't do what she was about to do, right? There has to be a conversation about that, y'all. Like, we can make these videos. We could we could have these discussions on social media and all that. But there has to be a real conversation about how women too, like, we really enable this. And when my LA Swindler video dropped, I got numerous DMs from the acting girlies in LA. Like, hey girl, saw your little LA Swindler video, girl. Good, that was entertaining. It's like the girlies told me all I needed to know without telling me nothing. I knew I was saving y'all hoes. I knew I was saving y'all hoes. I knew it. All I had was a hunch, but I knew it. And I'm just glad that I could be out here parting the Red Sea for y'all bitches.
Oh, and wait, there's more. So I got a call after my LA Swindler video drop. So let me ask you a question then, because he has said that he was flown down to ABFF by HBO to pitch shows to Issa. Is that true? Oh my God, y'all. Just go back a couple vlogs. So, those of you guys who have been watching my vlogs religiously this year, y'all saw when I went to ABFF, you guys saw that I was blessed with the opportunity to host Issa Rae's rap shit premiere that was in Miami. This man was my +1. And you know it's so many lessons here. I'm gonna wrap this up in a bow really nice for y'all. It's so many lessons for me here. But I feel like the #1 lesson here is, honestly, like, people really have to earn access to you and earn access to your connections, because you really never know, like, what someone's intentions are. One thing about me that I'm going to stop going forward, unless it's somebody I really, really know, unless it's somebody I trust. One thing about me, I'm not a gatekeeper. I'm not gatekeepy like that, because I know what it's like to have people gatekeep from me for whatever the reason. Like, maybe they don't like me. Maybe they feel that, you know, they don't want to share a certain platform with me. I've had people gatekeep me a lot. And even, you know, despite all that, I thank God for God's favor and mercy on my life, because I've been able to do so much, even with people gatekeeping me or making sure that I don't, you know, get into certain rooms. So I'm just like, if I'm going to be in this room and I'm cool with you, I know that you're out here striving to do something, and I can put you in the room, I'm going to bring you in the room. Like, I'm going to bring you in the room. This person was my +1, held my purse while I was on stage. I think we went backstage briefly after I hosted, but that was it. Never even so much as took a picture with anybody there. You know what I mean? But was out here telling people that he was down there having a meeting with HBO and pitching shows to HBO. Do you know how scary that is for me? And do you know how just, yikes, like, you are 40. Like, you are a grown ass man. How long you gonna keep doing this shit? Get a job. Back to the Actors Weekend. I forgot a little detail too. The last day that I was at the Actors Weekend, I realized that it was only 2 of us that was there for acting. There was one person that was an epidemiologist, the people that be finding viruses and shit. She was there. There was a guy who owned, I think, like a clothing line or some shit. So it was about 10 of us there, and only 2 of us was there for acting. So what businesses did the rest of these people, these entrepreneurs or whatever they were, come out with? They paid all this money. Who know? There was one girl who we found out later, she paid $7,500 too to be there. And she wasn't pursuing acting either. Anyway, child. So going back to this story, what is the point of all this? Remember in the first video, I was like, what was he trying to swindle out of me? And I got one DM that said this to me, that said, hey, like, I think he was just swindling you for your connections. And I'm just like, yo, I'm not even up there like that. Like, I'm not even up there like that. But for somebody to prey on me like that, and then it's just so scary because at the end of the day, I thought I was at least friends with this person, right? Like, you think, because again, I met this person previously, and when we reconnected, I actually brought up the Actors Weekend to him. I was like, yo, this is what happened here. Like, did you know about this and that? Did you know about this person actually getting swindled out of like $8,000? And he had told me, no, you know what the thing is, I was swindled too. Remember, the manager was his uncle. I was swindled too. I paid the Airbnb and everything. I paid for that, all the food I paid for. And at the time, I don't know why when he was saying this to me, I didn't put 2 and 2 together, but it's like, there was no way you paid for all that. It was niggas paying. I know of at least 2 people who paid about $8,000. That's $16,000 each. It didn't cost no $16,000 to be in that Airbnb. We ate chicken wings and pizza. I'm just saying, like, niggas wasn't eating grand food like that. We was eating chicken, pizza, bread rolls. You know what I'm saying? Now I think about it, shit, breakfast, we cooked our own breakfast. Like, so the math is mathing, but it's mathing down. It's mathing, but it's mathing not the way you expected it to math, sir. Let's go ahead and let's make 2 + 2 = 4. Okay? Y'all, if you are interested in getting in entertainment, specifically acting, you know, hosting, you should never pay management to do anything. Even me, although I mean, shit, I got swindled too. It wasn't as much as other people, but I got swindled too, because you don't ever pay your manager to do anything for you unless they bring you money. So if your manager, you know, lands a deal for you, then you give them 10% of that, you know, and I believe that the highest you should give a manager is 15%, I think. But even that's significantly high. The standard is 10%, 5 to 10%. Okay. You should never pay for none of that. Another thing too is, you know, this story reminds me of why a lot of celebrities or people that have platforms don't like to take pictures with people. You know what I'm saying? Because there was an incident of this person taking a picture with a family member of mine and using that to leverage a possible business opportunity. And he wouldn't have been able to do that had he not had that picture. You know what I'm saying? Thank God. Thank God. I did not let this man take a picture. There's no telling how many, yeah, we working. Yeah, you know, hey, this is, we was at the meeting. Yeah, we got a show coming, I got a show coming out. Yeah. She did that. I got a show coming out. And it's gonna be on. There is no telling. There is no telling. This is a serious matter because you literally put other people at risk, right? When you out here name dropping and shit and you talking about what you doing with this person, and you're putting people's name, cause then it's like, then if people do enough research on you and then they feel like they can connect you with this person because of a picture, like scandals literally start off with just based on some dumb shit like that. I mean, y'all see the Manti Te'o shit on the Netflix documentary. Like, it's no, like nowadays, like you really, like, you know how many times I done seen somebody beg somebody for a picture and then put that picture up on Instagram talking about hashtag we working. Hashtag we working. Hashtag cooking up something. Stay tuned. Me and my bro. Me and my sis. Whole time, sis was just passing by and you asked for a picture. That shit is dangerous. You can put people's livelihood in danger like that. Don't trust everybody. Just don't trust. Like, somebody comes to you and tells you they're doing business or whatever. Baby, there are ways to verify that. There are ways to verify that. Google is free. I really wish a lot of y'all, because there's a lot of people, even in my DM, sending me stuff. And I'm like, yo, you know you could have Googled this, right? Like, if you would have just did a simple Google search, you wouldn't be in my DM right now. You could have Googled that. Not blaming you, but it's like you could have Googled that. Same way there was a lot of shit I could have Googled too, and I didn't. You could have Googled it, okay? Somebody tells you that they're an acting coach, that they're an actor, please go to their IMDb. This man ain't got shit on his IMDb. Is it IMDb or IMBD? Somebody in the comments, is it IMBD? Shit, see, look at, you go to my IMBD now, you're going to see some shit. Now, it's not, is it going to be a whole lot of shit? No. But you're going to see some shit from 2018. For the last 4 years consecutively, I have worked. You know what I'm saying? You go to this person's IMDb, there's nothing there. There's absolutely nothing there. Now, here's the thing with IMBD or IMDb. You can make yourself an IMDb page, which is what this person did. Anybody can get online and make themselves an IMDb page. Me, I didn't make mine. Mine was made. Like, you know, the IMDb, they had credits for me. So as soon as you get TV credits, it's something that generates and it's automatically made for you. I had to go up there and add pictures of myself, you know, this year. Another way to see somebody's IMDb page is legit. It's not just what they post, it's what other productions post. So if you go to their pictures, you're gonna see other productions tagging them. And then you can go Google those. So you'll see that when you go to my IMDb, for instance, you'll see shit. I got Love and Hip Hop Miami shit that I've been trying to get untagged for months. I done sent them. Can y'all please take this down? Like this, like nobody's listening. You know what I'm saying? Because I did the shit. So they're like, bitch, you did it. So we ain't taking it down. But please do your research. Look into somebody's IMDb page. Also, y'all that are going to these conferences, let me tell you something. And I'm not trying to fuck up nobody's bag. Like, these conferences that y'all be going to, these niggas don't be talking about shit. These people's businesses is getting money from you. So they can tell you how to build your business. And I'm going to tell you a secret right now. Come closer to the camera. Come on. Come close. Closer. Somebody always driving past my motherfucking crib. Come closer. Did you know that most of the things you're going to hear at these conferences are on Google for free? I bet you didn't know that shit. I know. Don't think me. You know what? Matter of fact, the way I was sending this motherfucker cash apps because he hungry, send me one. Cash sign Jessie Woo for telling you, because I just dropped a bomb on y'all ass. You can learn most things on Google. Did you know that? Did you know that? Did you know? Did you know? Did you know? Did you know? Did you know that? You can learn most things on Google. You can learn how to be a comma on Google. Okay? Out here using my motherfucking name. Just dropping my name like that. Talking about you my acting coach. You an actor, all right? Oh, you know how to act. Oh, you an act. Oh, you know how to act. You know how to act. And just be happy I know how to act too. Cause if I ain't know how to act, I'd have been really posting some shit on this video. But I ain't gonna do it. You know what? Because I'm a child of God, and I believe that the best revenge is the one that comes from the Lord. Cause listen, the schemes are drying up, baby. I know that. And if anybody move forward, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something right now, and I'm gonna wrap this shit up. From this day forward, don't send me nothing. Don't send me no DMs. Don't send me no I don't want to see no videos. I don't want to hear no more voice memos. I don't want to hear nothing. If this man sends you a text and say he hungry and you send him a cash app, bitch, you want to get swindled. You want to get swindled. Because you know what? Honestly, to tell y'all, I'm here to tell y'all the truth. Moving forward, if y'all give this man money, you want to be swindled. That's it. Listen, I'm not doing this no more. I did this for free. I'm out here delivering y'all hoes for free. I'm doing this in the name of the Lord. Dead ass. Like, I'm out here doing God's work for free. I'm tired. Because it's niggas out here rolling around in Rolls Royces and they ain't gotta work for shit. Meanwhile, a bitch like me gotta get up. I gotta write scripts. I gotta tape auditions. I gotta take headshots. I gotta film reels. I gotta diet so I can stay petite. I'm about to go into quarantine so I can go film, you know, my 4th and 5th season of Wild 'N Out. Bitches gotta fly to Miami to record chat shit for HBO. Bitches gotta, no, I'm working hard. And y'all ain't sending me nothing. But y'all sending these niggas money though. Y'all feeding these niggas. Yo, let me tell y'all one last story time. I'm done, I promise. Tell y'all one last thing, child. One of the girls has sent me a text. She said, girl, he told me he had a brain tumor and he was homeless. He got me for $10,000. Where is my $10,000? I want it. I want it. I want it. Y'all out here sending niggas $10,000. Why are you sending a nigga that got a Rolex watch $10,000? Explain that to me. Now I don't feel so bad. I bought this nigga food, yeah, but my mama was like, girl, you bought that nigga food because you was at that nigga house. And she was like, and one thing I know for my daughter, c'est parce que c'est la caille ou t'es ou t'as mangé ou t'es ben soit manger, faut manger tout. She was like, it's just because you were there, that's why you buy it. That's it. You know what, mama, I'm gonna make an admission. I did send that nigga some bossa nova one night. Cause he had told me he had a long day and he was tired and stuff. I did. He said he was hungry. I did send it. I'm sorry, mama. Sorry, mama. All right. Y'all, on that note, share, like, subscribe, drop a comment, child, and just, y'all stay safe in these swindle ass streets. I'm done. I'm not doing this no more. This is my last installment of this. Y'all getting swindled moving forward. You bitches are on y'all own. I'm not saving y'all hoes no more. Period.